Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former suspension-filled Cowboys starter signs with Buccaneers. A former Dallas Cowboys starter is signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. According to Jordan Schultz of Bleacher Report, defensive end Randy Gregory is signing with the Buccaneers. Breaking: free agent pass rusher Randy Gregory is signing with the #Buccaneers, per source, writes Schultz. Gregory had 2.5 sacks and 8 QB hits in 12 games last season with the #49ers. Per Fox Sports' Greg Auman, it's a one-year deal for Gregory. As noted by Auman, Gregory is reuniting with former Cowboys assistant George Edwards, who served as a senior assistant in Dallas during the 2020-21 seasons. Edwards now serves as an outside linebackers coach on the Buccaneers staff. Bucs are signing former 49ers OLB Randy Gregory to a one-year deal, writes Auman. He's reunited with George Edwards, who he played for with the Cowboys. The 31-year-old Gregory is a former second-round draft pick of the Cowboys, spending 7 years, 2015 to 2021, in Dallas. However, Gregory was absent during the majority of his tenure with Dallas either due to injuries or suspensions. In fact, Gregory missed essentially the entire 2016 season, the entire 2017 campaign and the full 2019 season due to suspension. Gregory appeared in just 50 of a possible 129 games during his tenure with the Cowboys. He incurred 4 substance abuse suspensions during his time with Dallas. During his final season in Dallas in 2021, Gregory notched 19 tackles and 6 sacks in 11 starts. His banner year led to Gregory signing a lucrative 5-year, $70 million deal with the Denver Broncos. The move was also notable because Gregory backed out of an agreed-upon deal with the Cowboys due to language in the contract that would allow Dallas to collect any bonus if Gregory was fined or suspended. Cowboys beat reporter Patrick Walker detailed why Gregory spurned the Cowboys for the Broncos, a tweet that Gregory eventually liked. For the record, Randy Gregory accepted much less money to agree to terms with the #Cowboys, wrote Walker in March of 2022. At one point, the gap between their offer and others were roughly $4 million to $5 million. They closed the gap enough, not completely, to the point he agreed. Done deal. Then Cowboys got cute. Over. Gregory failed to stay healthy with the Broncos and made a minimal impact during his tenure with the team. He was eventually traded to the San Francisco 49ers during the middle of the 2022 season, where he posted 2.5 sacks in 12 appearances with the Niners. Gregory appeared in all 3 playoff games with San Francisco, appearing in their Super Bowl loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. With Gregory now a member of the Buccaneers, he'll be playing for his 3rd team in 8 months. He'll likely be leaned upon to fill the void left over by Shaq Barrett, who was released by the Buccaneers and signed with the Miami Dolphins. In 72 games and 18 starts, Gregory holds career totals of 117 tackles, 22 sacks, and 69 quarterback hits. During his time with the Cowboys, Gregory posted 16.5 sacks and 85 tackles in 50 games and 12 starts. Cowboys signed Tyron Smith replacement for 6th free agent move of 2024. It's probably not the left tackle move most would have wanted when free agency began back in March, but the Cowboys at least kept a grip on some veteran depth as they looked to fill the gap left by 8-time Pro Bowler Tyron Smith's departure to the Jets. The team was expected to re-sign tackle Chuma Edoga on Wednesday. Edoga filled in for Smith at left tackle 4 times in 2023, when he started 6 games altogether. There's a chance that he will be called on to do so again, this time as the permanent starter in 2024, replacing Smith. The Cowboys have the option of moving left guard Tyler Smith over to his natural tackle spot, but coach Mike McCarthy said last week that the intention was to keep Tyler Smith in the fold at guard and fill the left tackle spot elsewhere. Edoga is the obvious candidate for that spot. But there are a handful of star-level offensive linemen in the upcoming draft who could be ready to assume the role, and the Cowboys are said to be willing to use their first-round pick on one. If they make that pick and the layer is not quite ready to be a starter, Edoga is a comfortable plug-in. Edoga is 26 and heading into his 6th NFL season. He was originally drafted by the Jets in the 3rd round in 2019, and was claimed by the Falcons after New York let him go 3 years later. He spent 1 year in Atlanta but only played 2 games before the Falcons put him on IR. The Cowboys signed him last year. He registered a 61.4 grade for the season at Pro Football Focus, which ranked him 54th out of 81 tackles in the NFL last year. Edoga could start in 2024, but the more he starts, the more something likely has gone wrong in Dallas. The team would prefer he remain a backup. As ESPN's Cowboys beat man Todd Archer wrote when analyzing the signing, what it means, the Cowboys have covered themselves at the swing tackle spot. Edoga appeared in 17 games last season, starting 4 at left tackle and 2 at left guard. He struggled late in the season against Miami, but he did enough to warrant to be brought back for another look. Eventually, the Cowboys have to see what recent draft picks Asim Richards, Matt Waletzko, and Josh Ball can do. Still, the tackle spot remains an open question, one of many for the Cowboys. When the Cowboys drafted Tyler Smith as a first-rounder in 2022, the thinking was that Tyron Smith would retire and Tyler Smith would take over at tackle. But Smith has proven to be an effective guard, with a 74.4 PFF grade for 2023, 11th in the NFL among guards. The concern with moving Smith to take Tyron Smith's spot at tackle is that Tyler Smith might not be up for the job, which means Dallas will lose a very good left guard and gain an overmatched left tackle. Tyler Smith will take another step, McCarthy said. We'll keep him at guard right now, see how it unfolds, but I thought we took a big step. If you look at the makeup of our offensive line last year, where our younger players were backups and got to play too. I mean, you can put Brock Hoffman in the same category. He's been here and no one was as close to Tyler Biadasz as he was. So I think that's a natural step for him to step in there and we'll continue to grow. But we definitely do want to continue to add talent and depth to that room. Dallas Cowboys predicted to trade QB to NFC rival in shocking move. The Dallas Cowboys were rolling again in the 2023 regular season with Dak Prescott, but yet again, with the season on the line and legitimate expectations for a Super Bowl run, Dak and the Cowboys lost when it mattered the most. Last year truly felt different. Prescott was in the discussion for NFL MVP this season and closed out arguably the best regular season of his career. Dak Prescott closed out the 2023 regular season ranked in the top 5 in several major categories for NFL QB. He entered the playoff matchup against the Green Bay Packers with 4,516 yards, third, 36 touchdowns, first, 9 interceptions, and a QB rating of 72.5, second. Although some rolled their eyes when Jerry Jones and company decided to fire Kellen Moore at the end of last season, as he's regarded as one of the up-and-coming young and brilliant offensive minds, head coach Mike McCarthy took over play calling and the Dallas Cowboys offense looked elite for the majority of the year. Finally, Prescott and CeeDee Lamb found the perfect chemistry and emerged as arguably the top quarterback/wide receiver tandem in the league. Beyond Dak Prescott and the explosive offense that averaged 389 yards and 30 points per game and finished with 77 touchdowns in the regular season, the Dallas Cowboys had a defense that finished the season ranked 5th in the NFL. After another disappointing early exit in the playoffs, the Dallas Brass entered the offseason with more question marks than answers. Initially, the expectation was Jerry Jones and company would sign Prescott to a contract extension to free up cap space and keep the core of their star players in place. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Trey Lance? Leave your opinion in the comments.